Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janvallabha Jaya Devaradhari Gopi Janvallabha Jaya Devaradhari Jaya Gopi Janvallabha Jaya Devaradhari Janvallabha Jaya Devaradhari Yashodanandan Bhaj Jana Ranjana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Bihari Jaya Gopi Janvallabha Jaya Devaradhari Yashodanandan Bhaj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Bihari Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare जय विष्णुपाद परमंश परिजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शिष्यमति ज्वाइन वे सदा चरणारिम भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की भगवद गीता यथारूप की जय। So today we are studying from chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, shloka number 32. So my one request to all of you that today we will be only exclusively reading Prabhupada purport line by line. So kindly make notes in copy on your phone, because this is Vani of Prabhupada. I am not speaking as it is, as Gita as it is. I am speaking as it is what heard from Prabhupada. So please, let's respect him. When we hear Prabhupada lectures, we should never hear just like that. We should always make notes. He's our founder Acharya, we should respect him. Similarly, whenever we are sitting, hearing lecture, let's not let anything which is inspiring us just go like that. No, we should carry this with us. So everyone will make notes, please. Is it agreed? Hari Bol. So the most confidential knowledge, text 32. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayetu Dhirayet Ashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. So chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge. Anyone जिसको अंग्रेजी समझ में नहीं आ रही अपना हाथ खड़ा करिए. एक प्रभु जी, दो प्रभु जी. मैं निवेदन करूंगा, 3 से निवेदन करूंगा. कोई है वॉलेंटियर? प्लीज आप अनुवाद करिए राजेंद्र प्रभु पीछे जाके. धन्यवाद राजेंद्र प्रभु जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. So let's recite the shloka, Vani of Lord Shri Krishna, keeping that in mind that these words are spoken by Krishna. Let's with our full devotion recite the shloka. Mami patvapashritya yepi striyo vaishyas tatha shudras te api yantim param gatim. Mami patvapashritya yepi syu papayonaya striyo vaishya tatha shudra te api yanti param gatim. Mami patvapashritya yepi syu papayonaya striyo vaishya tatha shudras te api yanti param gatim. Prabhuji, please.
आपकी बात है
Mataji, please. Mami Pata Pashya Devi Pata Mataji, please. Mami Partha Pashvita Yepi Shupapayodaya Sriyo Vaishyastada Shudra Yepi Yanti Parampati. Mami Partha Pashvita Sriyo Vaishyastada Shudra Yepi Yanti Parampati. Hare Krishna. So, chapter 9, text 32, now we are going towards synonyms. Please repeat after me. Mam, of me. He, certainly. Partha, O son of Pratha. Vyapashritya, particularly taking shelter. Ye, those who. Api, also. Syu, are. Pap yoneha, born of a lower family. Striya, women. Vaishya, mercantile people. Tatha, also. Shudra, lower class men. Te api, even they. Yanti, go. Param, to the supreme. Gatim, destination. So translation, word by word translation and purport by Shilpapad ki jai. Translation goes like this. O son of Pratha, those who take shelter in me, though they are of, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, and Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Purport. It is clearly declared here by the Supreme Lord that in devotional service there is no distinction between the lower and higher classes of people. In the material conception of life, there are such divisions. But for a person engaged in transcendental devotion service to the Lord, there are not. Everyone is eligible for the supreme destination. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18, it is stated that even the lowest, who are called Chandalas, dog eaters, can be purified by association with a pure devotee. Therefore, devotional service and the guidance of a pure devotee are so strong that there is no distinction between the lower and higher classes of men. Anyone of the pure devotee can be purified by proper guidance. According to the different modes of material nature, men are classified in the mode of goodness, brahmanas, the mode of passion, kshatriyas or administrators, the mixed mode of passion and ignorance, vaishya or merchants, the mode of ignorance, shudras or workers. Those lower than them are called chandalas, and they are born in sinful families. Generally, the association of those born in sinful families is not accepted by the higher classes, but the process of devotional service is so strong that the pure devotee of the Supreme Lord can enable people of all the lower classes to attain the highest perfection of life. This is possible only when one takes shelter of Krishna, as indicated here by word. Vyapashritya. One has to take shelter completely of Krishna. Then one can become much greater than great Gyanis and Yogis. Pranam, Panchtattva Pranam, and then Hare Krishna. This is the sequence. Let's start. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhuteswapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण. So our discussions here will be based on teachings of Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So 26 to 28, Krishna requests that one worship him with devotion, even using a leaf, fruit, a flower, or some water. Patram pushpam phalam toyam, that shloka. Or one can offer Krishna the austerities and charities he performed. So that is the next shloka, yad karosi yad nasi yad josi dasi yad. And then such offerings will free one from all the reactions of work, which is Shubha Shubha Phale Revam Moksha Se Karma Bandhana. With one's mind thus fixed on Krishna, the worshipper will come to Krishna. These are the three shlokas discussing the same subject topic. And then shloka number 29 to 31. A devotee quickly rectified to boldly declare that his devotee is never vanquished. Kaunte hi pratijane hi name bhaktya pranashyati. And then further 32 to 34. By thinking of Krishna, offering him obeisances, and becoming absorbed in him, one vipashritya. So this is the shloka. So with this background, so here in this shloka, we see Krishna is saying, Mam hi, of me, certainly, and vipashritya, particularly taking shelter of Krishna. Now, why are these words so important that they have been highlighted separately? One is whose shelter one has to take. When Krishna says Mam Hi, shelter of Param Purushottam Bhagwan, shelter of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, and they all are representing Krishna. Every one of us needs shelter. And people in common take shelter of different things, different people, demigods, friends, relatives, gadgets. This is a common shelter people take. But a devotee, even if he is in connection with all of them, but still Krishna is in the middle. So let's try to understand from Gita what Prabhupada has to say about this. In the beginning, this is the foreword given in Bhagavad Gita. When we start reading Bhagavad Gita, the first thing, which is by publishers, not by Prabhupada. Like before we start reading Bhagavad Gita, we should be very clear that by whom it's spoken, spoken by Krishna, and Krishna is describing himself. Who knows better Krishna than Krishna himself? So Krishna is the subject matter. Krishna is speaking about himself. In this shloka, Krishna starts with Mam, he. He's describing about himself. To whom take shelter? Krishna. And when we are taking shelter of Krishna, Krishna is our goal. So Bhagavad Gita actually, this is the theme grows out throughout Gita. Goal and subject matter. And prefaced by Srila Prabhupada, and it covers three main topics Prabhupada writes, where it covers the subject matter, Krishna, scope, and the aim. So aim we see in this shloka, Vyapashritya. What is the purpose of reading Gita? Vyapashritya, taking shelter of Krishna, surrender to Krishna. That is the aim of Gita. Once we are clear on this part, then our consciousness of reading Gita will be focused on that only. When we are looking to take shelter of Krishna, then Gita will propel us to take shelter of Krishna. Then we are clear in the beginning with the goal, with the aim. And by the way, this is all Prabhupada is writing. It's just I've copied from there. Authentic, natural, and transcendental. Evam parampara praptam, evam rajasi. Authentic, coming from our parampara as it is. This knowledge has not changed in millions and millions of years. 5,000 years back, it was revived by Krishna to Arjuna. Sakala neha mehta yogo nashta param tapa. This was distorted, perverted. So Krishna revived it, but this knowledge comes from Evam Vishwate Yogam, from Sun God, millions and millions years back. Aparusheya. Krishna's words are aparusheya, defect, without any defects. And this Gita is not a, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Jivere Swarup hai Krishna. In this shloka, Vyapashritya, take shelter, take shelter, take shelter. So it's natural to us because we are spirit soul. We are not this body. And this knowledge is for revival of our consciousness, revival of the consciousness of spirit soul whom we are. And transcendental, of course, it's Divya, Aparosya. This is not the knowledge from this world. Goloka Prema Dhana Harinam Sankirtana. Everything related to Krishna comes from Goloka Vrindavan. This is not. And Prabhupada very humbly writes, even if a person, one single person becomes pure devotee, then it's a great success. Prabhupada is mentioning here that to become a pure devotee of Lord is not easy in this material world. And Prabhupada says, even one person becomes a pure devotee, this Gita translation is big success. Very humble. We don't know, but after reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhavo Jnana Tapasa Puta Mad Bhav Agata. Many people have attained their Swarupa. They have gone back. So it's a big, great success. And that opportunity is available for all of us. As it is mentioned here, there is no sex, color, nothing. That's the deal. Okay. Further, today's shloka says, take shelter, take shelter. And Prabhupada writes in the beginning itself, Jiva is part and parcel and natural activity is to serve Krishna. Swarupa, Jiva Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. Unless and until we take shelter, Vyapashritya, Mam hi Vyapashritya, that highlighted in brown there, up. Unless and until we take shelter, how will serve Krishna? We have to surrender to Krishna to serve Him in a proper consciousness. Prabhupada very beautifully writes, all of us are serving. Is there anyone who says, I am not serving? Even Prime Minister of India is serving the whole country. He says, I am the servant of everyone. So what about us? We are serving. But we are serving people. We are actually not serving. We are exploiting people. I was hearing in a lecture, sorry to use these words, we are not serving. There was one very nice analogy given of a boss and a employee. Very nice analogy. Revealing actually. So question was asked, Maharaj, when we are with our superiors in office, we are like very humble. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, pleasing them. But when I come to devotees, I don't have that, shelter, surrender, and not even with deities. Maharaj said, first of all, that is not surrender. When you do what you do in office, it's not surrender. You are you you are exploitative nature. But surrender to Krishna is selfless. There is no barter. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, right, to Narsingadev, I am not here to take something from you. अहेतु की अप्रतिया सर्व पुंसा परो धर्मो यतो भक्ति अदोक्षजे अहेतु की अप्रतियता ययात्मा सुप्रसिद्धति. Canto 1, Chapter 2. Ahetu ki, I don't need anything from you, Krishna. And apratiyata, uninterrupted. Ahetu ki apratiyata, yayatma suprasidati. If you really want to be happy, as a soul, we want to be happy. Yayatma suprasidati, then this is the only way. Kalo nastev, nastev, nastev gatiranyatha. There's no way, no way, no way, no other way. You don't have to go through all this. You just hear from Acharya, the most intelligent man. Hear from Acharyas, and just take it to the heart. Otherwise, punarapi janama, punarapi marana, punarapi janani thareshanam. Get into the womb again and again and again and again. We want to do that? No. Intelligent people don't do that. Okay. Perfection of life is to satisfy Krishna because he wants it. What Krishna is saying? Vipashritya. Surrender to me, and that is what will satisfy me. I want you to surrender to me. Krishna, Prabhupada has given the summary in the beginning itself. Whatever subject matter is important, he has provided in the beginning itself. Just we have to read the preface and introduction again and again and again and again to grasp the whole Gita, the whole Sara. The substance of Gita is in the beginning itself. Satisfy Krishna. I am here in front of deities because Krishna is liking. My servant has come. And with so loving affection, he is seeing me. Because Krishna wants it, Krishna likes it. So I'll do it. Sometimes it may be unpalatable. We may not like it, but he likes it. This is love. Krishnera priti ichha bole prem naam. Atmendra priti vansha bole काम. Krishnendra priti ichha dhare prem naam. Our desire, kama. Krishna's desire reflects prema. Iron and gold. Kama, iron, prema, gold. Mam hi vipashritya. We will be discussing this in great detail. Transcendentalists are defined three types: Jnani, Yogi, and Bhakta. They all, what does this mean? They all have understanding that I am not this body, I am soul. He is transcendentalist. He has that transcendental knowledge. He knows who am I. But who will take shelter of Krishna amongst these three? Is there? He wants to merge. He wants to become Krishna. He wants to become Krishna. And Yogi? No. Yogi will meditate on the Paramatma. But that shelter, that surrender is missing to Param Purushottam Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He may go to some, not surrendered, he is following the ascending process. He is rising because of his tapasya. And Bhakta is getting kripa. It's coming from Krishna, descending process. Ascending process, descending process. Own efforts, which is Markat Nyaya. A baby monkey holding the mother. Own strength, I will just cling. Ascending process, own efforts. Descending process, marger. A baby kitten, totally surrendered to mother. She will take him wherever she wants. Holding the neck, he will take. So Krishna, when we surrender to Krishna, he will come. That is the faith. We have seen pictures. Riding on Garuda and taking the head of a devotee is there in the Bhavsagar and raising his hand. That's why when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Why we are raising our hands? It's very scientific. Please never miss opportunity to raise the hand. Maybe Krishna will come and take me. I'm just surrendering to you, Krishna. Vyapashritya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. That is the shelter, Vyapashritya. I'm taking shelter of Krishna by raising my hands. And one further explanation is given. Okay, when we are sitting alone, raising hands is different, but when sitting with devotees and raising hands, it's like sacrifice, yajna. Because you know, when yajna, the flames go up, the fire, when we see the hands, they look like fire. The flames of fire going up. So all the hands, when we see, it's like everyone is doing a yajna together. That is Sankirtan yajna. Together, lighting the fire and doing Sankirtan yajna by raising our hands. Authentic, natural, transcendental. And Krishna consciousness. Even I will suggest, can take picture if you want. Everything can come in one in the camera. Introduction, Prabhupada says, Sarup Siddhi. We have discussed this. Jevar Sarupa Krishna Nityadas. But Sarupa in this material world is Vibhrama. We think everything else we are, we don't think we are spirit soul. And what to say of thinking, I am servant of Krishna. That is a very high stage of bhakta. But people don't even reach to the level of yogis and jnanis, and it's not possible also in this world, in this material, in this Kali Yuga, it's not possible. So Sarup Vibhrama. Yasyasma buddhi kunupetri dhatuke. I'm this body made of three dhatu, kapha, pitta, vayu. And then these are my relatives, this is my name, this is my city, and this is where family I belong to. Sarup Vibhrama, totally lost. the essence. Okay, so now question is for whom this knowledge is, because really the benefit comes only when right candidates are reading Gita. So yes, I'm thinking. I made this slide maybe 3 4 days back. You go to introduction and you'll find it. So this is your homework. In the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, you'll find ABJ. Anyone knows unlimited? I'll come to that. Vibrama Bhava, and from Vibrama, if one knows one position, like Krishna says, Prabhupada writes in the introduction, when one knows that what is the constitutional position, who am I? If somebody knows that, that is a suitable candidate to go further and read Gita. The Swarupa, that I am this soul, I am not this body. If one knows that, then he becomes a candidate to understand Gita, because Gita then will give us higher knowledge. Chapter 2 till Shloka 30, this is what has been discussed. We all have seen that. Krishna is emphasizing giving us understanding who are we. And then one becomes understanding one's position that I am spirit soul, he becomes ready to understand Gita. So Gita is for them who understands their position. Athato Brahma Jigyasa, ABJ. Now Krishna somehow this question, who am I? Question about the spirit soul, Brahman. He is the right candidate to read Gita. This is the preliminary requirement to read Gita. How is this tiger? Loving? You want to embrace? Everyone wants to embrace this tiger. Who wants to embrace? Please raise your hand. Now go and embrace the tiger. No, no one. Everyone is fearful, right? Any person with senses is fearful. Otherwise, people may embrace also. So, but in really, we are embracing this tiger. How? Prabhupada explains. Prabhupada says, avidya is like tigress. Nescience. When we, the same shloka, yasyasma buddhi gunpetri dhatuke. When we think I am this body, I am not spirit soul, we are embracing this thought, we are embracing this tigress. So avidya, and this thought makes a person baddha. He becomes entangled. He becomes entangled in 3 modes, sattva, raja and tamaguna. He becomes bound by these ropes. Guna means rasi, rope. So then these, even sattva guna will bind us. And then we'll think, Aham Ishwar, I am the controller. Aham Bhogi, I am the enjoyer. Where is my praja? Nobody is serving me. And we want people to serve us. That is avidya. If we have this thought, that means we have embraced this tigress. And then, after we go ahead, when we are out of this avidya, then the terminology is Trigunatita, above the 3 modes of nature, in Shuddha Sattva, in devotional service to Lord, Ahetuki, Apratihata. And then the thought process is, I am created by Krishna. He is the Supreme Father. Aham Bij Pradata Pita, Krishna says in Gita. He is my Supreme Father. And I am there for his enjoyment. I am there for enjoyment, Radha Shyam Sundar. When we are out of this illusion, when we stop embracing this tigress called avidya, then we understand our real Swarupa. At least we understand I am not this body, I am spirit soul. For me, it's not easy. For others, it may be easy, but still, I'm not out of this. I am this body. Time and again, I will think, I'll work in the mood that I am this body. I don't know how many lifetimes. Guru Krishna Kripa, it may be this lifetime, or maybe at some point of time I will have that understanding that I am not this body. Only Kripa actually. Only Kripa we can have this understanding. We are not Gyanis, we are not yogis, we are not going ascending. We are just doing yachna for Kripa, which is descending process. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Atmaha will be killing our own soul and going into cycle of birth and death. Yes? So when we come out of this avidya, when we come out of three modes, then he is called a liberated person. He is mukta person. He is beyond three modes. He is a Shuddha Sattva. And then he is true servant of Krishna, created and enjoyed. You see that? Created and enjoyed. So that stage comes. When person gets into his real Swarupa, he becomes Trigunatita. He becomes Vipashritya. Okay? The shelter is going, na? That arrow is going to Vipashritya. He will take in shelter of Krishna. Mam hi Vipashritya. So, Prabhupada explains introduction, secret of Bhagavad Gita. What is secret? This is the most confidential knowledge. This is secret, and Prabhupada explains the secret in the beginning itself. In the introduction, he is given the secret. So he says, if our mind and intelligence are engaged in thinking about Krishna, then automatically our senses will serve Krishna. Very wonderful. We don't change our occupations, especially in our stage. We don't change. We just don't shut down our shop and go to jungle. We don't do that. Prabhupada never approved that. What we do is we deploy our mind and intelligence. Sevamana Krishna Padar Vindayo. The mind is engaged in Krishna's lotus feet. When we do that, all our actions with our senses. From bhogi, we become yogi. Bhakti yogi. So, Mam hi Vikashitya in beginning of Gita, in 2.7, Arjuna prays to Krishna. After being Pandita, Ashocana Anushochastam Pragyavada se bhashite. Gatasuna Nanu Sochandi Pandita. Krishna says, don't act like a Pandita. Pandita doesn't think of those who are living and those who are dead. Sometimes we lament for living also. That is a demonic mentality. You say, yes, they mera shatru, he is my enemy, still living. This is Hiranyakashipu tendency. Hiranyakashipu used to think, everyone who is coming in between me and my sense gratification, he is my enemy and I'll kill him. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh both. To the extent Hiranyaksh went to Varun Dev. Let's have a fight. Varun Dev said, we don't fight these days, we are very old people. If you want to fight, go to Varadev, go to Vishnu. He will satisfy you in all respects. If you go to Krishna for fighting, he will fight with you. If you surrender to Krishna, Vyapashritya, he will embrace you. He will become son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, lifting their shoes on his heads. And other side is annihilating Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Choice is ours where we want to be. This side or that side. This freedom Krishna has given to all living entities. He never takes away this freedom. He only gives the knowledge like a father, but never forces. Sometimes we may force our children. Krishna never forces. He let Arjuna speak chapter 2. Keep on speaking, and he gives so many reasons. Krishna didn't speak a word, not a single word, just listening and smiling. Thinking as a Pandita, and you are not understanding that you are not this body. And then this shloka comes, 2.7. Kshitij, you want to recite this shloka? Pahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samudacheta yashreyasha nishtita bruhitan me shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapannam. Prapannam means vyapashritya, taking shelter of Krishna. So this shelter was start of Gita. It's not like shelter comes in chapter 9 and we wait 8 chapters. No, we have to take shelter of Krishna in the beginning itself. Gita starts with shelter. 2.7 in Gita is shelter, and then Krishna will start speaking. Before that, not a single word, just smiling. It's like Paramatma in our hearts. Paramatma is Anumanta Upadrashta. Now, how this shloka is relevant to today? Even a little progress save us from greatest danger, greatest fear. 2.40 comes later. 2.7, when Arjuna surrendered, Prapannam, then only. But even we make some little progress in this path by surrendering little. It's every day we increase our surrender, every day we increase our services for Krishna. That little progress, what will happen? Will save us from Trayate Mahato Bhaya, the biggest fear. Okay. Anything else?
We might go away from.
We may go away from devotional service, yes. But what Prabhupada says, next verse, falling into Maya etam tarantite. Those who have taken shelter of Krishna, only they can overcome this Maya, and one should be fearful of Maya. We should not let Maya bring them down like this. Who am I? My only strength is surrender to Krishna. If I am surrendering, if I am trying to surrender, we may not be fully surrendered. Prabhupada explains there is no pure devotee. One who is on the path of pure devotee is a pure devotee. That means everyone is in ISKCON to be considered pure devotee, because unless and until we have different motive to ISKCON coming here for different reasons, take complete shelter of Krishna. Why we are not able to take complete shelter of Krishna? This shloka explains. What is that? Bhoga Aishwarya. Prasakta naam. We are attached to our own Bhoga and Aishwarya. In the morning, Asivanand Krishna Prabhu was giving class, and so there again that topic was there. Ishtamati Nandan Prabhuji mentioned about attachment to things, attachment to relatives, Prabhuji mentioned, to family, to possessions. आपने वो कथा सुना है रामानुजाचार्य का? I don't know, somehow it come to my mind. Sannyasis were attached for their langotis, and this was actually to give the lesson. Ramanacharya was trying to give a lesson. Maybe it's Krishna's plan, but we don't want to demean anyone. But those sannyasis were like Ramanacharya did some. He took out their langotas and put them in each other's room. What is this? Take everything. Take my life for my guru. So Ramanacharya said, who is sannyasi? Prabhupada says, we should be like Grahastha sannyasi, totally renounced, living in that ashram, doing our duty, but in consciousness sannyasi. Is it easy? No. Is it impossible? No. Possible with Guru Bhagavan Kripa, it's possible. Nothing is impossible. We can be Grahastha sannyasi. Prabhupada expects it. Grahastha sannyasi. Huh? If we tell to someone outside, they'll say, "What? You are mixing the ashramas?" No. You want to say something? Say loudly so everyone can hear.
Even if you're in the wrong order and in the mind you're thinking
Ah,
you're
ah. It won't work. It won't work. We discussed this topic, Shatish, before. Mind and intelligence, just before the slide, mind and intelligence engaged in thinking about Krishna, then our senses are automatically engaged in Krishna service. We don't do things differently. Arjuna did not stop fighting. He fought the same war. But he was serving Krishna with that war because he was fighting for Krishna. Krishna says, Jai Shatru Mahabhavo, Kamru Tusaram. Just this weakness, keep it on the side and fight. And he fighted because Krishna said that. And that becomes his service as a Kshatriya. So you as a student, you are studying nicely with a clear focus that I am doing so that I can utilize whatever I become for Krishna service. That becomes Krishna service. That is devotional service. Vyasvatmika buddhi samadhona vidyate. So bhog aishwarya are our biggest hindrance. Yeah, this also we discussed before. Other will exploit them, not take shelter, will exploit them. Can you read? Is it visible? Yeah, please read. With the mic.
in the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
Jai Shil Prabhupada ki jai. This is a translation by Shil Prabhupada. So we discuss about Bhog Aishwarya, sense enjoyment and material affluence. Bhoga is sense enjoyment, Aishwarya is material opulence. Aprata Chetsam, bewildered by such thing. Vyasatmika Buddhi, determination for devotional service never comes to such people. Choice is ours. Doors are wide open, but we don't want to enter. That's the problem because we want Bhog Aishwarya. I'm saying about myself. I want Bhog Aishwarya. That's why I'm not able to take shelter of Krishna. Vyapashitya. Where is Vyapashitya? Let's test ourselves. If something bad is happening, do we take shelter of holy names? Something will do, something or other. We may go to a Jyotishi and we may go to some yajna or something. I've seen people. But do we just take exclusive shelter of Krishna? Like whom? Uttara? Pahi Pahi Mahabhavo. Please save me, Krishna. Please save me, Krishna. Do we do that? Do we do? Anyone like Uttara's mood here? Please raise your hand. She didn't go to Pandavas. Didn't go. They were very heroes, strong people. She didn't go. Only Krishna. That mood do we have? We are aspiring to develop that mood. At least I can say for we are aspiring. We have yet not lost hopes. We can be completely surrendered to Krishna. Mami Vipashitya Param Gatim. So in this shloka in Jnana Yoga, chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha Jnana Tapsa Puta Madbhavagata. So what it says, Mam Ashrita, same. That shelter starts from chapter 2 itself, from the introduction of Bhagavad itself. It goes to chapter 2, it goes to chapter 4, it goes to chapter 9, it goes throughout the Gita. The shelter, taking surrender of Krishna. Words are used Vipashita or Ashrita, but it denotes the same meaning. Bahavo Jnana, this is hope. Bahavo Jnana Tapsa. Krishna says many have overcome this cycle of birth and death. Bhuta Amad Bhava Agata, and they have come to me. So that is our hope. Krishna says with this knowledge, many have overcome this cycle and many will overcome this cycle just by this knowledge of Gita. Now, are we amongst those people? That is what we have to decide. We have to choose our path. Is it getting too heavy? I see the faces are quite, maybe contemplating. It is making you think something, or why your faces are stern like this? No smile, nothing. Now everyone is smiling. Huh? And it's very heavy, or something which is out of this world. What he's talking. But I am talking just all Prabhupada says. So we hear Prabhupada, you will find whatever you discuss is all Prabhupada saying all the time. I'll read. I can see that. Being freed. Can you see that? Yeah, please read.
Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me, and taking refuge in me.
This is the translation for Shloka Shil Prabhupada ki Jai. So this shloka gives us hope that we can also, purified by the knowledge, and attain the transcendental love for Krishna. Many have in past have received this mercy, and because they were free from attachment, fear, and anger, they were fully absorbed in Krishna. That's why they took refuge in Krishna, and then they were out of the cycle of birth and death. They attained Krishna Prem. Krishna says they attained transcendental love for me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the best to attract our mind. Whenever we are distracted here and there, Hare Krishna. Krishna says, Chaturvarna Maya Shrishtam Gunam Karma Vibhagase Tasya Kartaram Pima Vidhi Kartaram Avyayam. So here two points we can understand. That one is when it is talking about no distinction between lower and higher classes. So in this shloka it is explained in 4.13, all these Varna and Ashrama comes from Krishna. Maya Shrishtam. Krishna has created this because based on Guna and Karma. So anyone, any background, they can go back to Godhead. They can achieve love of Krishna. Prabhupada writes in the purport, please read, Chitish.
Purport, and as Krishna is transcendental to this system of the four divisions of human society, a person in Krishna consciousness is also transcendental to all divisions of human society, whether we consider the divisions of community, nation, or species.
Shil Prabhupada ki Jai. So this is purport of 4.13 where Shil Prabhupada says that there is no distinction in here because and this Varnashrama are not for one who is engaged in devotional service. There is no like higher or lower. Everyone, aham beach pratadapada, all equal in eyes of Krishna. It's only the consciousness. No distinction between higher and lower classes of people. So here Prabhupada is clearly explaining, he is talking about person in Krishna consciousness. In this purport down there we can see, not otherwise. And the next line in the purport says, in the material conception of life, there are such divisions, but for a person engaged in transcendental devotional service to Lord, there are not. Same subject matter, which we mentioned, that it is about Krishna consciousness. Devotees, these Varna and Ashrams are not applicable. So in this, Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Shloka Kova Bhagavatasya Punya Shloka Karmana Shuddhi Kamona Shunyat Yasha Kalimal Apa. Here, sages of Namisharanya are asking question. Who is there? Kova Bhagavatasya Punya Shloka Karmana. Lord Krishna, who is worshipped by glorious shlokas, he is praised by these wonderful shlokas. Who is that living entity? Shuddhi Kamanashana, who wants his purification and don't want to hear this glorification. Who is that living entity? Yasha Kalimala, and that is the only way, because this age of Kali Yuga is full of mala. This age of Kali Yuga is full of abstractions. Progress in spiritual progress. So why this shloka is relevant here? Because these sages are not asking, where is that Brahmana who is not listening to Lord Krishna? He is not interested. Who, anyone who is not interested, where is that person? Just show us to me. They are saying everyone should be interested in hearing about Krishna. Who are willing for purification. Shuddhi kamo na shunya. Those who want purification, there is no one who is not interested. Those who don't want purification of their heart, of course they are not interested. But those who want purification of their hearts, there is no single person who is. And then that purification doesn't mean of higher class, lower class. No. Anyone is welcome. Yasha Kalimala. Prabhupada writes in purport. Please read.
Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire for self-aggrandizement, and who are free from the effects of brutal actions and dry philosophical speculations, are capable of getting out of the estrangements of this complicated age.
So again, glorifying the devotional service, any jnani or yogi, where Prabhupada mentions dry speculations and all those, specifically for jnanis and karmis, then only those who are engaged in pure devotional service without any desire of what desires have for jnanis and karmis, only they are capable of getting out of this estrangements, means that when they are complicatedly bound up, only those people who are in devotional service can get out of this, not anyone else. So there is a qualification. There is no qualification and there is qualification. How is that? Anyone would like to explain? Mike लेके बताइए.
Probably the qualification is that one should not desire for self-aggrandizement or self-praise, and yeah, the
Qualification is those who are engaged in pure devotional service to the Lord. That should be there. Otherwise, then it's not possible. This is qualification. And no qualification required means it could be from any background, any division, Striya, Vaishya, Tara, Shudra, whatever. It doesn't matter. So qualification of pure devotional service and any Varna ashram is not a qualification. Can be from any background. Prabhupada further writes in the purport, everyone is eligible for supreme destination. In Bhagavatam, Canto chapter 2, Divinity and Divine Services, Atapumbir Duya Shrestha Varnashrama Vivavasha Swa Anutishtasya Dharmasya Sansiddhi Hari Oshanam. So the main purpose of, now this is a topic, the main purpose of this Varna and ashram, what is the purpose? Sam siddhir haritoshanam. According to one's capacities, one should only satisfy Krishna. Now Arjuna was not required to do any yajna. Just by fighting he was pleasing Krishna. So any ashram, any varna, the requirement is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Everyone came back. So the requirement is Sam Siddhi Haritoshna. This is what today's shloka says. Anyone can take shelter of Krishna. And then further, Prabhupada writes, herein the statement of Bhagavatam is that the highest aim of life or the highest perfection of the institution of Varnashram Dharma is to cooperate jointly for satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.13. Chaturvarna, we already discussed it. Chaturvarna system, Gun Karma Bhag. We already discussed before this shloka. So I think the subject matter is clear. What this shloka today is saying about Striyo Vasya Tada Sudra Teapi Yanti Param Gatim. This is also confirmed here in Bhagavatam. Atha Pumbe Dvija Seshra Varnashram Vibhagasha. The Vibhaga of Varnashram is there with a purpose of Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. Vyapashritya, where it is said in this shloka, Vyapashritya, anyone, any ashram, Vyapashritya, take shelter of Krishna. Here they say that is a perfection of serving Krishna by taking shelter of Krishna. Is it clear? Shall we go ahead? I myself is finding so heavy actually. I can understand. It's not easy. But what to do? Prabhupada says we understand the tattva and then our bhakti will go nicely. Sometimes when these shlokas comes, I want to just chant and do kirtan. But these shlokas are also necessary. To do kirtan in a proper consciousness, you have to understand these shlokas. To understand who is Krishna. Purport further. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18, it can be purified by association with pure devotee. Aho Bhat Swapacha Garyan, that shloka, which Devhuti ji is telling to Rishabdev, his son, Supreme Personality of Godhead, glorifying the name of the Lord. That those who are chanting, is it that shloka? Which shloka is this? Same? Yes, Prabhu, yes. Hirat Gun, the various types of mention. Prabhupada mentioned so many names there. Yeah, Ahoba Swashya Garyan, it will come. Yeah, I was confused. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, in again, Canto 1, Chapter 2, it is mentioned, Dharma Sunashtatishta Vishwasena Kathasves na padir nirvati Shama evahi kevalam. So, if one is not able to develop pad, Shram Padev Rati, if one is not able to take shelter of Krishna, not able to develop love for Krishna, then it is mentioned it's only labor. They are following all their dharmas. Kshatriya is fighting. And Brahmanas are doing yajna, but not for Lord. Dharma, Swanishta, apna apna dharma mein, I am Kshatriya, I am Brahmana. But they are not developing na padeti. They are not developing love for lotus feet of Krishna. Then what is happening? Shrama evi kevalam. Only Shrama. So that is what it is explained here also. That unless and until we are taking shelter, Vipashitra of Krishna, then our whole life is toiling, laboring, and getting frustrated. That is what is the end of all this labor. No satisfaction. Satisfaction is only in lotus feet of Krishna. This shloka explains. Na padayet rati. Na padayet rati. Not taking, not attracting towards the lotus feet of Krishna by doing all the dharmic activities. Only useless labor. Shramev. Prabhupada says in this purport, hankering of the soul must be satisfied by the perfect scientific process of perfect devotion service. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. The soul is hankering and the satisfaction is only perfect devotional service. Napadet rati shramevi kevalam. If we are not developing attachment for lotus feet of Krishna, so only labor, only pain. It's our choice. Now Prabhupada has said, we just follow him or we try. We are trying for so many births, maybe we will try more. But these words are aparushya, without any defects. So a intelligent man will learn by hearing. Prabhupada further mentions in the report, therefore devotional service and the guidance of pure devotee are so strong that there is no discrimination between lower and higher classes of men. Anyone can take it. The most simple man taking shelter of pure devotees can be purified by proper guidance. So here very, very important. This is where Prabhupada purports clarify what Krishna is explaining, what Krishna means. So here when we see what Krishna is saying, O son of Pratha, those who have taken shelter of me can attain supreme destination. But Prabhupada is explaining his purport how to take shelter of Krishna. By taking shelter of pure devotees under their proper guidance. But Prabhupada has explained to us how to take shelter of Krishna. 2418. Yes, yes.
So that is how to go.
From that verses, yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Those who have taken shelter of Krishna as devotees, even those people can be purified. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya उपदेशन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनाम तत्दर्शिनम. Prabhupada says we have to approach a spiritual master, pranipat, and then two, inquiry, submissive inquiry, and in with seva, doing some service to saintly people, to spiritual master, and inquiring. What inquiry? Who am I? क्या पूछेंगे जाके कि घर में परेशानी है, स्वास्थ्य ठीक नहीं चलता है, my health is not good, no? अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा. Yes, they are not happy hearing anything else. They are looking forward. Questions are introduction of a person. Is it right? This shows what is going on in his mind, what is going on in his life. The level of questions. Are they questions related to this body or are questions related to soul? I think it's not visible, right? Or is it? Okay, I'll read. Teaching of Lord Chaitanya, chapter 2. So it is mentioned about related to the shloka and purport where guidance of pure devotee, surrender to pure devotee. What Lord Chaitanya's teachings, Prabhupada says, quoting Lord Chaitanya, this is the process of accepting a spiritual master one should approach a spiritual master humbly, submit to him, and then inquire from him about one's spiritual progress. It is the duty of a disciple approaching a spiritual master to inquire about his constitutional positions. Exactly same thing we discussed. Who am I? Yes, Kshitij? About constitutional, who am I? Who is Krishna? What is my relation with Krishna? From where I have come and for where I am going? Yes. So that is it. Inquire about constitutional position. And then further it is explained by Prabhupada about Guru Tattva. Lecture in MIT, May 5th, 1968. Prabhupada says, because the spiritual master is the person who opens our eyes, complicated in knowledge, with his touch of transcendental knowledge. Ashraya. Every one of us everyone is born ignorant and we require specific education and training. Every one of us are born ignorant, and this part of purport is clear. Therefore, devotional service and guidance of pure devotee are so strong. And here it is explained in these two teachings of Lord Chaitanya and Guru Tattva what we should inquire, how we should take guidance of pure devotee, what we should ask. According to the different modes of material nature, men are classified in the mode of goodness, brahmanas, mode of passion, kshatriyas or administrators, and mixed modes of passion and ignorance. They are Vaishya or merchants, and mode of ignorance, Shudras or workers. Mataji, our request to please, because Prabhupada will never tolerate like this, so we should also not. Mataji, you can please let him play outside. Someone can accompany him, and please let him play outside. Because we get really small time, and then also if it is distracted, then what will take away with us? 2.45 Tragurnya Vishaya Veda Nistragurnya Bhavarjuna Nirgando Nityasvastasto Nirogachem Atmavan. So here, this is very interesting, very, very interesting. So, how this shloka is coming? This shloka is coming after 44. Bhog Aishwarya Prasattana. Taya Pratachesa. So, this Bhog and Aishwarya Vritti is because of three modes of material nature. Tendency to enjoy is because of this. And then Krishna gives a solution. Krishna never leaves conversation at problem. He gives solution. So Krishna says to Arjuna after 44, how to come out with Bhog Aishwarya tendency. He says, Tragunya Vishaya Veda. You should come out of three modes of material nature. You should transcend them. Nistragunya Bhavarjuna. Go beyond these modes. Nirdando Nityasasso Nirogakshim Atman. Yavanarth Utpane Saplutve. So, what does this mean? This is take it from all the purposes that are served by the small pond can once be served by the great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served by one who knows the purpose behind them. Utpane is a well or a small pond, and Saplutke is the large reserve of water. So that means whatever is given by Vedas If one is engaged in pure devotional service, selfless service to Krishna, then all the teachings of Vedas are included there. No need to do anything separately, just serving Krishna and his devotees. So this purport, classification of from the modes of goodness, passion, ignorance, the understanding we get is that we have to transcend these modes, Tragunya Vishya Veda. And here it comes the ultimate. This is the most famous shloka. You go to anyone outsider, they'll quote this shloka. Karmanevadhikaraste mahaphaleshu. I'm doing my office. I'm following Gita. Yes, we encountered this shloka misused so many times. The how will tell them no. This is not what you go to 2.45 first, then come to 2.46, and then come to 2.47. Just don't pick and choose. Ardh Kukut Nyaya, have you heard that? Just taking the hen back portion, I don't need the front portion because she eats. You don't want to feed. Ardh Kukut Nyaya, you want half hen, but hen will die. There is no use of Ardh Kukut. So Ardh Kukut Nyaya, we can explain to him, and then we'll say. Krishna is saying here in 2.45, Traigunya Vishya Vedya. Bhai Sahab, are you above 3 modes? Maybe he'll ask what are 3 modes, right? Because he never goes below this shloka and above this shloka. He will only stays as Karmanyavadhikaraste Mahaphaleshu Kadachana. Ma Karmetu Uma Te Sangastu Karmani. He will only see that. So Krishna comes to Karmanyavadhikaraste. He comes to pure devotional service here. 2.47 is pure devotional service beyond 3 modes, because in 2.45 we already instructed Tragunya Vishaya, Nistragunya Bhavarjuna. Oh Arjuna, go beyond these 3 modes and then do your duty. So office जाने वाले भाई साहब, that person who is going to office and coming and saying I am following 2.47, so you are under illusion. You are talking of pure devotional service, not your office जाके boss का चमचारी. It's not that like that. I'm following Krishna. I'm doing my duty. I'm raising my family. Krishna says that Karmanevadhikaraste. I'm doing that. This is stand in disciplic succession. At least he knows this shloka. Some people even don't know ABCD of Bhagavad Gita. But they say, अच्छा भगवत गीता भागवतम एक ही है ना? What to talk? We meet when we distribute books, we meet people like that also. ये भागवतम है, नहीं ये गीता है. भागवतम ये गीता है, नहीं भागवतम है. Like that. It's written there also. So this is our Bharatvarsha. So not to criticize anyone, but just to pay our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. He has shown us right way. Yes, we are not thinking negative about anyone. We are just thinking positively about Prabhupada. He has saved. He is saving us. Whether we want to get saved or not, different, but He is given us everything, we can save ourselves. So in this purport of this shloka, it is mentioned about different modes of material nature. Men are classified as Brahmana, Kshatriya, administration, and Shudras. But ultimately, devotional service, everyone is engaged in service in Krishna. Whether whatever duty, whatever modes they are. Further in purport, it's mentioned, generally the association of those born in sinful families is not accepted by higher classes, but the process of devotional service is so strong that the pure devotee of Supreme Lord can enable people of all the lower classes to attain the highest perfection of life. This is we get from Prabhupada. I think we are approaching now the end. Perfection of life. Yeah, just one more paragraph after this. Yes, this is the shloka I was referring to. Oh, but Swapacha Garyan. Tepus tapaste jujua shashtur arya brahma anuchur nam gnanti te gnanti yete. So when it is mentioned in the purport, process of devotional service so strong that pure devotee of Supreme Lord can enable people of all classes to attain the highest perfection. And actually, what we get from the pure devotee, we get the name. We are given mala, we are given the. So here, then in this shloka of Canto 3, Chapter 33, when it is mentioned, Aho Bat Swapacha Garyan, Devhuti ji speaking this to Rishabh Dev, even one who is born below Varnashrama, Swapacha, dog eater. Who are dog eaters now? In today's world, they are Chinese, right? Koreans and Chinese. So this is the shloka. Earlier, we see that there are dog eaters in India also, but we rarely find dog eaters in India. Earlier, where we find dog eaters? In Ranti Dev Katha. When a dog eater came, Chandala came, dogs came, and he was giving water. Last drop, he gave everything. Then he said, Lord, if you want to take my life, take it. I have nothing to give now. After, we just imagine, after Nirjal Ekadashi, that was, I think, 48 days fast. 48 days. After Nirjal Ekadashi, what we are thinking about? Only water. Throat is just can't bear it. And somebody else comes and say, no, you will not get water now. Do something else. Do some seva, or water is after some time. What you will do? Angry? Fight? Say, it's matter of survival for me. Rantidev, what he did? He said, Lord, you are so merciful, you are giving me a chance to serve. Like Bhagavatam pastimes are there to understand mood of these devotees. Sometimes in prasadam something gets over. Oh, आज तो gulab jamun finish. My heart is sinking now. My heart gulab jamun नहीं खाया. हाँ? क्या ऐसे सर्व कर दिया, सब बांट दिया. There should not be the mood. If gulab jamun gets over, we should be jubilant. The devotees liked it so much. They took. When that mood, I'm just saying, when that mood will come to me, उधर सर्विंग में प्रभु जी वो आइटम नहीं देना अभी, वो बहुत कम है अभी. So what? Just distribute. I'm just saying I don't have that mood. I'm struggling so much, but I'm just repeating what Ranti Dev was thinking at that time. Anyway, we are talking something else. So, Aho Bat Swapacha Garyan, Swapach. Tepus Tapas, those who have done all tapasyas. Jujuvaha, all yagyas. Shashnur, taken bath in all rivers. Arya, following the culture of Aryas. Brahmanuchur, Naam, Granti, they. So all these activities, after doing all of these activities, a person comes to take the name of Krishna. After doing all this, that is the level. These are like LKG, UKG, and we're talking of PhD. Everything has been done already in past lives. You have met people, I personally met, they cannot say Krishna. End of story. They cannot say Krishna. Have you seen people like this? I have come across many. When kirtan is going on, when chanting is going, they cannot say Krishna. Prabhupada writes, we come across people who will say Chaitanya, Brahman, but Krishna? Why Nityanand Prabhu was saying, Kaho Gauranga, Laho Gaurango, Leo Gauranga Naam Re, Jejan Gauranga Bhaje, Say Mora Pran Re. Why Lord Chaitanya why Nityanand Prabhu is saying like this? Very nicely explained. Why not Krishna? Kaho Krishna, Laho Krishna. Why not Krishna? Why Gauranga? Because people don't understand Krishna. They are offenders of Krishna. They can't say name of Krishna. They will only think of Ras Leela and other pastimes. They cannot utter Krishna word. Mayavadi especially cannot say Krishna. That's why Nityan Prabhu didn't say Krishna, because they cannot say Krishna. Laho Gaurango. Take Gauranga's now. He will take you. So all of these activities are done. Then a person comes to Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Prabhupada writes, Kshitiji, please.
One should not disbelieve or think
Where is your mic?
one should not disbelieve or think how by chanting the holy name of the Lord can one become a holy man to be compared to the most elevated Brahman. If one is seated on the bench of a high court and is giving judgment on cases, it means that he has already passed all legal exams and is better than those who are engaged in the study of law.
All Prabhupada words from his purport from this 333.7. So glorifying the chanting of the holy name, one should not have even a doubt, a slightest doubt, that how a chanter can be compared to elevated Brahmana. No, he is higher than Brahmana. Prabhupada says, he gives example again of a lawyer. A lawyer, first of all, he should become a graduate, and then he is allowed to study the law degree. Similarly, like he's a Brahmana, he's a graduate. A Vaishnava is a lawyer. So, elevated Brahmana becomes a Vaishnava. Brahmana means Brahma Nati iti Brahmana. Brahmana is, we discussed in the beginning, that person who has knowledge of spirit and body. He knows that I am spirit soul. But if that Brahmana can be a Mayavadi also. Yes? So, a Brahmana who is servant of Krishna is a Vaishnava. That is the level. This is possible only when one takes shelter of Krishna. Oh, as indicated here by the word Vipashitya. This word we have been discussing for so long, Vipashitya. One has to take shelter completely of Krishna, then one can become much greater than great Jnanis and Yogis. तस्मात् एकने मनसा भगवान सात्वताम पति श्रोतस्य कृतस्य देह पूज्य नित्यदा Vipashitya. That only thinking Krishna is my only protector, Satvatam Pati, that is Vipashitya. Ekene manasa, tasmat ekene manasa. Prabhupada writes, if any one of the above mentioned caste and order of life, the four processes, namely glorifying, hearing, remembering, worshipping, are general occupations. Without this principle of life, no one can exist. This is very important. Everyone is engaged in this, glorifying, hearing, remembering, worshipping. But what is their object of glorification is a big question mark. Prabhupada says no one can live without this. Doubting our propensity to glorify here to Krishna. Then Prabhupada writes, such activities are waste of time without involving Krishna. The actual object of glorification of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has created everything manifested before us. We have to broadly discuss this fact from the beginning of Janmadasya Yatha Shloka in Bhagavatam. So our only object of glorification should be Krishna. Let's test ourselves. In the day we get, how many hours we are awake? 18 hours or 17 hours? Out of 17 hours, how much you are glorifying Krishna? How many times you are saying Krishna? Not chanting Hare Krishna, we are doing that. Apart from that, how many times you are uttering words Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? How many times? It's so important. There was an article, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, whom we celebrated yesterday, his appearance. One envious publisher just published. He says it's good. Everything people will forget after 2 days. Whatever bad also they say Krishna. But when they read or speak Krishna, that will benefit them forever. That is importance of saying, thinking, remembering Krishna. We are our best judge. Where are we? How many times we remember? 9.32 indicates no discrimination. Stri, Vaisya, Tada, Shudra. Everyone can attain Param Gatim. But I was just thinking how our Sad Goswamis, in that, how reciprocating they were with Dhira and Adhira. Krishna Kirtan Gan Nartan Paro Premamratambo Nidhi Dhira Dhir Jana Priya Priya Karo Nirmatsaro Bharavahantар ko Vande Roop Sanatan Raghuyugo Shri Jeev Gopal ko. Anyone, any person, leave aside these Varna and ashramas, even outside. Dheer and Adhir, everyone would love them because they were equal to all. Dheera, Adhir, Jano, Priya Paro. And then they get represented. Even Dheer and Adhir were, they were very dear to these people also. Even Adhiras they were dear to because they were treating them all equally. This is today's purport, where anyone who takes shelter of Krishna, they will find everyone as a candidate who can take shelter of Krishna. No Stri, Shudra, Vaishya, nothing. They all can attain supreme destiny. This is mood of our 6 Goswamis. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. I must thank you for your patient hearing and my humble beg forgiveness for anything which sometimes I say strong. So beg forgiveness if anything one felt bad. If anyone you would like to have any comments or any questions, we have 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes for that. You can do that. Anything related to topic, please ask or please share. Whatever you heard, if you like something, you noted something, you can share or ask questions. But I am very grateful to all of you for hearing patiently. Topic was not very palatable. It was, but thank you very much. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bhagavad Gita Yatharup ki jai. First of all, we should understand what this shloka is communicating. It's communicating whether one is Stri, Vaishya, Shudra, doesn't matter. Everyone can take shelter of Krishna. And now question comes, why Stri is mentioned? This might be interesting for Mataji's also, right? He is asking on behalf of all of you. Why Stris are mentioned? But the good part is in this shloka, it is mentioned anyone, Stri, Vaishya, Shudra, they can attain supreme destination. So it's good news for all of us, right? Why Stris? Prabhupada, I recall from his lectures, he said Stris are soft-hearted, emotional. Do you have any examples you remember? I recall one example of Srimad Bhagavatam of Draupadi. So when 5 sons were killed, Krishna says, kill this rascal to Arjuna. Draupadi said no. She was disobeying Krishna. Prabhupada was a little bit upset. Why she is disobeying Krishna? Because she was too emotional. So Prabhupada says uh, then further he glorified also. Her reasoning was, do you remember her reasoning? Please share. Why she said don't kill Ashwathama. Guru Putra, yes. Mic ले लो. हाँ.
He is the son of Dronacharya and hence he is the representative of Dronacharya. So he should not be.
Yeah. Yes. She also said she is a Brahmana. He is not Brahmana. That is where Striyas didn't understand. Yes. Kripi. Kripi. Huh? And she did. Yes. And she said she did not become Sati. Why? Because Putra is there. And he is gone because on Prabhupada says women should be protected. In childhood by father, in young age by husband, and old age by son. So she said she did not go Sati because her son is there. And now you kill her son, and then where is her shelter? And also she said he's a Brahmana. Prabhupada says no, he's a Brahma Bandhu. Just by son of Dronacharya doesn't mean 5 sleeping boys. And he wanted to please Duryodhana. Further, instructions was not followed, then what happened? He tried to kill Parikshit Maharaj again. So that's why threes are mentioned, because threes are emotional, very emotional. That helps also in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says we find that threes can take shelter of Krishna easily because man has false ego. Aham bhokta, I am the creator, I am the enjoyer. Strees don't have to that extent. Strees also have, but not to that extent. So Prabhupada was saying about emotional quotient, about the knowledge quotient. That's why Sri is mentioned as per Prabhupada. Why Sri is mentioned? But the good news is Strees can take the shelter of Krishna. They take more actually, more than men they take, because they are emotions helps now in bhakti. Attachment to Krishna is there, but only emotions doesn't works. It should be supplemented by tattva, understanding Krishna. Otherwise, we'll become sahajiyas, always just in Krishna Leela becoming peacock and pigeon. No, we should understand Athato Brahma Jigyasa, the first point we discussed. So Stris generally don't go to Athato Brahma Jigyasa. They want to have an emotional relation with Krishna. No, we should have relation with Krishna based on Guru, Sadhu, and general Stri, not Stris of ISKCON. In ISKCON, all the Stris are very, because everyone is reading Bhagavad Gita. Yes, yes, Mataji. आप हाथ खड़ा करिए जो भगवद गीता पढ़ रहे हैं रोज. Stris, please, Mataji. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50%. Huh? So remaining 50% also please read Bhagavad Gita every day. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, is it okay? Thank you. Dhanavad pranam. Hare Krishna. It's 1:30 now, so I take. Thank you very much.
Guru Krishna, I'd like to thank these guys, Ranchor Krishna Guru, for such a wonderful class by taking the shelter of Harina and even the Hare Krishna Master. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. So, from today onward, we will be singing the Gaura, requesting Prabhupada to kindly then sing. I request all the gopis to kindly come forward and sing this Gaura. I'm not pointing at one person, I'm pointing at all the gopis. Can you please come forward? I request you all humbly to please kindly come forward.